Hello again. It's me, Deborah. I just wanted to share a little bit today about my why, my reason why I'm doing these videos, creating this content, and what it means to me. And, what I'm really doing is creating the content that I want to see. And that's my biggest why, is I want to create content and provide information that I would watch, that I need to see and hear. The reminders that I need about how I want to live my life, about what's important to me, the values, all those things. And so that's my biggest why. But in addition to that, I also am motivated by helping others. I have had a very long career in social work and human services and helping people, helping marginalized communities, helping people that had mental health problems, disabilities, socioeconomic challenges, things I could relate to, either through myself or through family members. And so I just know that sometimes the day-to-day struggle of life can feel like a struggle. It doesn't have to be, but it really can feel like that at times. And so these videos are for other people who are out there really wanting to do their best, live an optimal life, and you know that there's something more, and you know that just dealing in the physical world is not enough. It's important to get up and do the things you need to do, do your work, provide for your family, be there for your loved ones. All of that is important, but there is definitely another layer, many other layers, but to think of it as one thing, there's a spiritual layer to life, to living this life with purpose and happiness. And so I'm creating these videos to remind others that there is this layer of spiritual life that needs our attention, our focus, our care. It needs our nurturing. And that if we nurture that part of ourselves, that part of our life, that aspect of our existence, we can lead a better life no matter what our circumstances are. And that's what I want to really share with people, that it's possible to experience all kinds of things, positive, negative, challenging, easy. It's possible to go through all of those situations and still connect to the peace within, the peace that is deep inside you, when you nurture your spiritual practice and nurture your connection to the spirit world. So that's my main reason for, creating these videos and wanting others to benefit. And so I'm doing these kinds of videos where I'm sharing my thoughts and experiences that I hope others can benefit from and relate to. And then I'm also creating these meditations on nature, creating opportunities to reflect on what's happening and immerse yourself in a moment of nature, and with some prompts for thought. So that's really my purpose. And I've always been a very spiritual person. I was raised in an evangelical Christian home. My dad was a pastor. So I was raised very strict religious. I couldn't wear pants, had to cover my head, all those things. And it was really great for teaching me values. My dad really lived the life. He was a great example of living a life of integrity and spirituality. But I didn't align with some of the teachings. And so I found my own way. I went on to study Buddhism, practiced deep meditation. I've done the 10-day Vipassana silent retreats, which are really amazing. I went on to work with plant medicine, different types of plant medicine. I traveled and lived abroad to do that and immerse myself in that. I've studied all different types of meditation. And I've just always been a truth seeker and someone who was really, I've always known that there is something more and I want to be connected to it. And I've had some amazing experiences that I'll share, and I'll share about the different modalities I've worked with, the different approaches, the different philosophies, because they've all taught me something that I carry with me. But that's, spirituality is deep in my heart, because it's real, because it's a part of everyday lives. Even if we don't acknowledge it, it is interwoven into our existence, whether or not we choose to acknowledge it. And that's what I want to share today, is just that's what I want to bring to people. I want other people to realize that no matter what their circumstances is, there's a spiritual life that is really energetically at the heart of everything. And that if you can work and nurture your spiritual level of existence, it can make your whole life better. It can make your 3D life better. And I think we forget that sometimes because we're so busy doing our day-to-day that we're just focused on the to-do list. What does meditation have to do with anything? What is the spirit world? How's that going to help me? And it's easy to just forget about it. But I promise you can live such a more rich life if you really make time to consciously and intentionally nurture that part of you and nurture that part of your existence. And yeah, that's what I want to bring to people. One of the things I've said is that I want to help people bring the sacred into every day. And when I say sacred, it doesn't necessarily mean solemn. It can be solemn and quiet and stillness sometimes. But there's sacred joy, and there's sacred pleasure, and there's sacred connection to others. You don't have to live like a monk, as I used to want to do so badly. I wanted to run away to a monastery, a Buddhist monastery. But there is sacredness in every aspect of our lives. So that's what I want to share with you today, and help you know that it's possible to tap into that, and that you can find the sacred in your morning routine, in your work, in your conversations with others, and in the stillness of being in nature. So think about that. I hope that it has an impact on you and allows you to tap into that today, and know that there's something more, and that you have help, spiritual help. That's the other part of it. Just know that you have spiritual help, beings that are there for you, that want good for you, and that will help you and guide you on your way. All right, that's it for now. Have a great day.